it's Mikey. Welcome to the farm. Woo, it's been hot and dry around here in South Carolina. We have been so busy. I'm sure just like the rest of y'all, you know, getting your gardens going, got a lot of grass cutting, a lot of weeding around here, and so many changes. So no more gray, right? I guess women still hold some type of vanity, and too old to be young and too young to be old, as they say. So me and Nancy both have new do's. Hubby tried to get the tips of her horns trimmed off for her, so hopefully it won't be so uncomfortable. We don't think it is because her horns are very loose, but like I said in our last video, for our assurance, you know, wanted to maintain those for her. And again, y'all, unfortunately, just trimming the ends of her horns did not work. She jerked and the entire horn came off. She didn't cry. It wasn't anything, you know, detrimental. It did bleed a little bit. We went ahead and made a decision to keep her in a stall for a couple of days because we didn't want her out, you know, bouncing around or, you know, more bleeding if she was bouncing a lot around the farm or anything like that. So just to give her a couple of days for that to heal over. And apparently, like I said, her horns were very loose. That horn would not have come off that easily like that if they were tight. So anyway, we still have the other horn to contend with, but do not want to traumatize her. So we're going to give it a couple of days. We're building our trust back up with her. And like I said, when we had her, I personally feel like Nancy's had a pretty traumatic life. The person that originally had her did try to dehorn her, and that did not work. They started growing down into her temple area. And like I said, her horns are very loose. You can actually move them around. But we were just trying to, for our assurance, keep them maintained so they weren't so on her temple area. And anyway, y'all, you know, since we've had Nancy, like I said, we haven't had our cows very long. We have been trying to really establish trust with all of our cattle. And, you know, we're working on that now again with Nancy. She trusts women a lot more than she does men. Hubby, ever since we've had her, she's been very standoffish with him. She was getting better with him coming around her. And so now this, you know, we're just gonna slowly work ourselves back into trying to correct or maintain the other side. So me and Nancy, y'all, we're walking around with our new do's. And I think she's actually feeling better that horn is not there. And I guess she knew what she was doing. She was like, don't try to maintain it, just pull the whole thing off. And she jerked and it came off. So anyway, yeah, so maybe it'll be that easily for the other one when we go to do that as well. But like I said, we've been very busy around here cutting grass, a lot of weeding. We have such a mess, y'all, in our garden area with the weeds this year. And just curious, are any of y'all experiencing the overabundance of weeds coming up in your garden this year? You know, it always seems like they come up where you don't want them to come up, and just trying to maintain them, it's a lot of work, and you got to stay on top of it. But yeah, so we've got so many things going on and so many changes. We're fixing to take the tractor in to have it a good go over. Don't know what's wrong with the tractor, y'all, and we definitely need it around here for the farm. So y'all come along with us. I'm going to show y'all some of the jams and jellies that I've made, and some of the other changes that we've had going on around here. Y'all come along with us. Well, I'm sitting on hubby's lap, probably about to break his leg off.
Nah.
So, yeah, we have experienced a little setback here on the farm, and got to take the tractor in to have some work done on it. Hubby cannot figure out what is going on with it. And, you know, if anybody of you have a farm, you know that we utilize our tractors a lot. You know, you can't really do a whole lot of farm work without your tractor.
No.
So, do you want to tell everybody kind of what's going on?
Well, the backhoe is not working. I went up under the shed and cranked the tractor up, lifted the backhoe up, the stabilizers up, went and got 2 loads of cow manure and put in that new garden that we made to till in. And got it tilled in and went back to get the tractor I was going to get her to pick me up in the bucket and cut some limbs off of the walnut tree. And when I went to crank the tractor up, the backhoe refuses to work whatsoever. And I've been on the phone for 2 days with Kubota, 2 different dealers, and they have no idea what it might be. Something maybe to do with the relief valve or something like that, a piece of trash in it or something. I've taken the hydraulic lines loose, taken the fittings off, tried everything. So I'm tired of working on it in the heat, so I'm just going to take it to them and let them figure out what it is, and hopefully it'll be covered. Hopefully that's something under warranty or something.
That would be nice.
Yes,
so, just curious, have y'all ever had any problem like that with your tractor? Like he said, the front bucket end, it works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And the backhoe end of it, absolutely nothing. Went over, checked all the wires and everything, like he said, and you know, even after contacting 2 dealerships that do work on Kubota tractors, can't seem to figure out the problem. So we're at a point now we're getting it loaded up on the trailer, and we're just going to take it into the dealership, leave it, and let them have a go around over it really good, and hopefully can figure out, I'm sure, what the problem is. I'm sure they will. But
yeah, at first we thought it was this airlock behind one of the quick connects, because there's only 2 hydraulic hoses, so you can run different implements behind the tractor instead of just the backhoe. And we thought maybe one of the fittings had gone bad and it was airlock, because you can plug them in easy, and they're both plugged in, because I disconnected them and hooked them up numerous times, and even taking the fittings off to make sure they were clean and everything. So
yeah, it's always something. Like, I guess I got hair in my mouth, fuzz flying around. Just that part of life, you know, and everybody experiences it. Unfortunately, the highs and lows, and this tractor thing is kind of at a low, but hopefully something positive and good will come out of it. Maybe, hopefully, prayfully, it will not be a huge expense for us. Yeah. So, yeah, you always have to be prepared for days like this. So y'all, I am shaking. I just had the biggest scare. My buddy, him and Ruby were out here playing around, and he got pushed into the pond and on his side and could not get up, it seemed. But he did get up and out, and I don't know. I'm shaking. I don't know what I'd do without my brownie. And like I told y'all, you know, there's a difference between your livestock and your farm animals. But me and Brownie have established a very special bond. And trying to get the gate open, I'm going to go in and check on him. He's wet and kind of ran off. I didn't think he wanted to be anybody messing with him, but I want to walk over and check on him. So give me a second to get this gate open, and so I can get over there to him. Yeah, so I was just videoing him and Ruby just playing around, butting at each other, and she pushed him and he fell in the pond, thinking he kind of got stuck in the mud a little bit, but I couldn't see his head, and ran out there because I didn't want him to be head under and drowning. So I think he's just, his ego got hurt. And but here, let me show you. You muddy and wet. You okay? You got your ego crushed, bud? Yeah. You scared me. Yeah. You okay, buddy? Probably felt good, though. Getting cooled off some. Ruby, you crushed Brownie's ego. Yeah. I was worried about my buddy. Yeah. So I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad my buddy is okay. You're all muddy, aren't you? You all right? Yeah, so you always just kind of have to keep an eye on your livestock. And this one right here, I'll add that in this video as well. She thinks the grass is greener on the other side of the fence sometimes, and gets her head and horns stuck in the fence, and I have to come get her out. And we took one of our chickens inside. She's back out now, better. But, you know, just a pecking order. And she had an injury to her. We had to take her in and get her healed up. And one of the baby geese, we took it in for a little while. It's back out with his parents now. And, but yeah, we think a turtle got a hold of that. So, you know, there's so many mishaps on a farm sometimes. You know, these animals can bring you so much joy. And, but at the same time too, so many things can happen, and you just got to make sure, yes, tell them, isn't that right? You just got to make sure that they're all safe. Yeah. And when they get hurt or injured, you just got to make sure that you are tending to them as much as you possibly can. Yeah. I'm sorry you fell. That scared me so much, buddy. Yeah, I didn't want to come down and see my buddy underwater, drowning. No. But he was down there on his side. Y'all can see he's got mud from the pond. I think he kind of got stuck in the mud a little bit. But he was full body on the side in the pond. And I don't think he could get up. But he did manage to get himself up and out. So he's okay. My buddy's okay. Ruby, you got to be careful with Brownie. Yeah. And you got to quit sticking your head through the fence. Yes. Ruby's loving him now. She's checking on him to make sure he's okay. Giving him a good lick off. Yeah. So the cows kind of watch out for each other, and you know, they're pretty protective of each other. They kind of stay in their little pack. And Nancy right there, she's very protective of Lacey. So, but that's what they do. Look at this poor baby. She's got her head stuck. Gonna try to get her out. And this is why it's very important that you always keep an eye on your livestock. All right. Girl's all loose and good to go. She was in there pretty good. You got to quit sticking your head through the fence. All right. Got the tractor up, loaded, ready to go. We made it. We are in orange country. y'all ever need tractor work done, come on by Carolina Power Equipment Incorporated in Cayce, South Carolina. If you're looking for anything Kubota, this is your dealership to come to. They have their own shop that they can work on any repairs you need. And they are obviously running a very good deal on their tractors now, on their Kubotas. 0% interest. Wow, y'all. And of course, we're dropping the tractor off for them to do a good run over on it to find out what is going on with the backhoe end of it. And of course, while we were out here, y'all, hubby has spotted a trackhoe. So we're inquiring on that. And what you think, y'all? You think I should let him get it? I'm gonna take you around and show it to you. So tell me, what do y'all think? This is the size that he's been wanting for quite a while now, and seems to think that we can get a lot of work around the farm done that the tractor just will not do for us. So I don't know. Y'all think I can learn how to operate that thing? I don't know. So I told hubby to go on inside, talk to him, and see what they can do for us. And I guess it'd make a good Father's Day gift, right? We'll see. So do you want to talk to your fan club?
All right, everybody, we're thinking about getting this right here. And pretty certain we are going to take it home with us. Not today. They'll have to come back and get it tomorrow. They're going to go over and give it a service before we get it. But it's a pretty new machine. It's a 2022. And it's only got 30 hours on it. The guy bought it and traded it and the tractor in on a bigger tractor. He just didn't have no use for it no more. So it looks pretty much brand new. Hasn't got but a couple of tiny scratches on it. It honestly looks like somebody just sat there and let it run and didn't even use it hardly. Because you can see the paint on the bucket and everything. It hadn't even been used very much at all.
No.
So I think I'll be able to use this around the farm, plus make some money on the side, but this, clearing off some lots for people between the tractor and using that and using this, and hopefully get it paid off pretty quick. I was walking the lot and spotted that little Kubota that I think we're going to take home tomorrow. They actually worked on the tractor. They come and jumped on this so quick, it amazed me. They actually come out and worked on the tractor right on the trailer and fixed it. And what it turned out to be was one of the power couplings right here. The quick connect couplings is called a power coupling. And the actual power coupling had went bad and was not allowing hydraulic fluid to go back to the backhoe. So I was sitting there beating my brains out yesterday and knew something was up, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was and would have never suspected that. But the mechanic got out here with me and cranked the tractor up, and instantly you could hear the hydraulic pressure build up and knew exactly what it was, and went to the service truck and got one off and came right out here and fixed it on the trailer. I never even had to unload it and take it off. So you can't beat that for customer service and people helping you at all.
So I told our viewers that we've had a lot of changes around here. One being no more gray. Second being one horned cow.
Yeah.
So the other changes, and you're going to have to help me remember all of them. We have rehomed Butter and Hazel.
Yeah.
So we are just down now to Shay and Candy and her two babies for our Nigerian dwarf herd. And we have also downsized on some of our roosters and chickens that we hatched out here. Yeah. We were able to take them to an area, what they call poultry trade. And we were able to sell 2 of our roosters.
Yeah, 2 roosters.
And about 4 or 5 of our chickens that we hatched out in the incubator here. So that worked out really well. And that was the first time we had been to that, and really enjoyed the community feel and networking. Almost more so than actually setting up to sell our livestock there and our poultry. So so that's kind of where we're at right now. We still have 4 cows. I'm going around counting as I'm telling. We have our 2 Nubian goats, Loretta and Nelson. We still have Clyde and Big Boy. They're 2 roosters. I think we're going to try to still rehome Clyde, so we can put all of our chickens with 1 rooster in 1 chicken coop. And then we'll be able to separate our silky hens with the silky rooster into 1 coop. And we have also moved out of the indoor brooder our baby chicks and turkeys. So they are moved outside. So those are just some of the changes that we've had just in the past couple of days around here, and still getting a lot of inquiries on Candy's babies. So I have a feeling that they'll be going to a new farm or home in the near future. So that's where we're at with all of that. Can you think of anything else?
We finished up on the puppy pen and got all that completed. And,
well, we still have to work in the puppy area. Just trying to finish their house, get the yard kind of fixed back up. Hubby is in the process now of trying to get some type of fencing around to keep them out of the flower beds and away from the AC unit. So that's kind of still work in progress as well.
We did replant. We planted some, yesterday I planted some butter beans, speckled butter beans, some black-eyed peas.
And Bush Lake.
Bush Lake beans. Because they didn't come up. We're not certain if the seeds were just bad or if they were in too much of a shady spot. So I'm cutting the limbs off the walnut tree to give them a little bit more sun and see if that's what it was. Right.
So, and those were also planted in a new garden area that we just recently pulled the grass up this year at the last minute. So we're a little concerned too that a lot of the topsoil, when hubby was in there getting the grass out, came up as well. So that will be definitely a garden over the fall winter months that we will be working very hard in, getting some compost brought in, some dead leaves to rot, and
get the nutrients built back
right in the soil and
the topsoil
back in it. So that's kind of our experimental garden this year, just to kind of see if we can get anything up out of it this year. If not, you know, we'll be working on it to get it going good, hopefully for definitely next year.
Everything's doing good though. The sweet potatoes is coming up and blooming. They're doing really good. The tomatoes are coming up. We actually got a couple of little small tomatoes on some of them.
Bell peppers are starting to come. Got some little bell peppers coming out on some of the bell pepper plants. And jalapenos, The corn's coming up good. However, like I told y'all, we are fighting with the weeds this year so bad. And that's one thing too over the fall that we'll be working on all of our gardens, is trying to get them really prepared for planting season. Like I said, this is kind of really, honestly, we've had a garden before, but this has been our first year of really seriously trying to go into it more so. And y'all, I have, for the first time ever, an herb garden that I am still working on and trying to get it together. But I've got some thyme, lavender, chamomile, rosemary, sage, basil, oregano, dill, and parsley. And cucumbers are starting to bloom out, so we should be having cucumbers soon. And I put a couple of squash and tomato and zucchini plants, I believe, in my little herb garden area. And an eggplant, And I also have some peppermint in there. So I'm looking over at it right now. But I will definitely be showing y'all that too as I'm working on it and trying to get it finished up and let you see what I've done in there. So, but yeah, just wanted to give y'all an update on all the changes. Brownie had a mishap this morning. He is doing good. The tractor had a mishap. It's fixed. We got it back home. And, you know, things on a farm, they're just going to happen. You're going to have your ups and downs, your good days, your bad days. But it all comes together, and it all still in the long run is worth the time and the effort and the hard work that you put into it. So you still get, it gives you something back, and it gives you back what you put into it. So yeah, I'm really excited about this year and to see what comes of our gardens and the herbs and all these animals growing and switching out and in different breeds and, you know, bringing in what we feel is going to work better for our farm. So y'all just continue on this journey with us, and we're so glad that y'all came along with us today. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel, and remember to like and share as well. It helps the algorithms and to boost our channel, so to get this information out to more people. So we appreciate y'all coming along and continuing on this journey with us. Y'all be safe out there. Have a great day, and y'all come back and see us soon. So as y'all can see, everybody is doing good, and everybody's safe, and they are enjoying farm life.